Welcome back to the channel. I'm standing next to the 2022 Jeep Wagoneer Series 2 with 4x4. If you guys are in the market for a Jeep, be sure to check out Spitzer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram and ask for Phil. He will get you into your next vehicle. Let's talk about pricing here for the Wagoneer Series 2 with 4x4. Starting price is at $71,995. With all the options and accessories, this one stickers for $84,822. Looking at the exterior styling here for the Wagoneer, as you guys can see, I love the very bold, very boxy like shape here to this three-row SUV here. Looking at this exterior paint, Jeep calls this a luxury white exterior paint. Looks good here with the chrome, aluminum, and gloss black painted trim here. Looking at these headlights here, they're going to be a full LED projector headlight with this LED turn signal, LED daytime running light. They're part of the Jeep's performance LED. As you guys can see, it still has the same corporate 7-slot grille. It says Wagoneer on the actual hood, which is really nice. I like the nice font that Jeep uses here. Looking down here is for your driver's assistance tech. There's front parking sensors. And this also comes equipped with full LED fog lights. And Jeep says this has 8.7 inches of ground clearance. Me personally, I wouldn't take this vehicle off-roading, but it is nice that Jeep does give you this good amount of ground clearance. And my model does not have that adaptive air suspension to raise the vehicle to around 10.1 inches of ground clearance. So keep in mind, you can go for the adaptive air suspension if you guys want to have more ground clearance. But looking at the side profile here, this has an overall length of 214.7 with a 123-inch wheelbase. So it's probably one of the biggest three-row SUVs in this actual segment. Looking at these tires and wheels here, I love the rim design, which it has this multi-spoke with this aluminum and gray inner pocket finish. This is probably one of the best rim designs that you can get on the Wagoneer. These are a 285/45 Goodyear tire. They're wrapped in this 22-inch rim design, just like every other competitor in this segment. The fenders do have this gloss black finish trim here. There's the Wagoneer with the American flag. I love the American flag to show American pride. There's also these fixed running boards here, more aluminum and gloss black trim here at the lower part of the door panel. That's this LED side marker here with this body color mirror here. There's also these aerodynamic roof rails here. My model also has this large panoramic sunroof here. You also get this sunroof for the third row passengers. A lot of people don't like this rear area of the Wagoneer. Me personally, it looks really good. Jeep should have just basically painted the pillar here to give it like that floating roof design like the other competitors, but Jeep is trying to be different from the GM Twins, the Ford Expedition, so I can see why Jeep didn't go with that design there. But looking here at the rear tail lights, they're going to be a full LED, which is a turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. It says Wagoneer at the back of the vehicle. More aluminum trim here. Looking down here, once you remove this plastic piece here, you can tow with this vehicle. Of course, there's going to be rear parking sensors. This does have the Series 2 badge to signify the trim level, and it has Spitzer badge right there. But looking down here, there's no visible exhaust trim, but Jeep does hide it underneath the rear bumper. Open up the cargo back here. This has a power opening tailgate. Once it opens up, it reveals 27.4 cubic feet of space, so tons of space. Probably one of the largest in the actual three-row segment here, with the seats folded up. You fold down all the seats. Jeep says that expands the cargo to 116.7, so it's right on par with some of the other competitors in this segment if it doesn't offer a little bit more space. Above, there's going to be LED light, just in case you guys were in a non-lit area. This is how you close the tailgate here. There's some grocery hooks back here. And there's some tie down points right there. Also, the carpet is very plush. It feels very supportive as well. Let me lift up the low floor here if I can grab it. And lifting this up, it does reveal the tonneau cover and a good amount of space, but it is very shallow. So after looking at the exterior styling here for the Wagoneer, looking at the current key fob here, this does have lock, unlock, remote start. You can also open up the tailgate with a panic button. Sadly, my model does not have the adaptive air suspension, but I do like that this vehicle does offer a good step in height. But to engage the remote start, just lock the vehicle and press this twice. You guys can hear that V8 will come to life. I'm pretty sure that you guys can do it through the app if Jeep allows you to do it. To unlock the vehicle, just rest your hand behind the door handle. And my model does have this beautiful black interior with this luxury white exterior paint, which is really nice with a nice contrast here, especially with the black interior. But getting inside this SUV here, there's these running boards, and Jeep does give you this grab handle. Other competitors don't give you that, so it is nice that Jeep does pay attention to its customers and what they want in their large SUV here. But as you guys can see, you're greeted by these large displays. This is a 10.25-inch instrument cluster here with this 10.1-inch display here. It does run the Uconnect 5 system. It does have wireless wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. The dash in here is very low. You can see out this vehicle very well. There's nice stitching here, nice leather on the upper portion of the dashboard. Looking at the materials here on the door panel, it does have 2-person memory seats. I love this wood-like trim here with this aluminum accented door handle. It is automatic up and down for all 4 windows. Some aluminum trim around the Alpine speaker cover here, which has this nice feel to it, large storage and cup holder space. It's going to be nice leather and stitching here. But shutting the door here, I just reviewed the Grand Wagoneer, so that does offer the largest display. So if you guys want larger displays, you have to go for the Grand Wagoneer in order to get that. But these 10-inch plus displays here are really nice looking. They're very bright, very customizable. Looking here at the steering wheel, I like this nice 2-spoke design. It does pay homage to the previous Wagoneer. Over here for your driver's assistance tag, you can select your gears, which houses the 8-speed automatic transmission. If you guys are trying to tow, this vehicle can tow 7,100 pounds. Over here for your option to answer and hang up the phone. You can customize this instrument cluster here by pressing this button right here. It does show your fuel economy, your vehicle information, your tire pressure, oil pressure. There's a blank page. You can also show what you're playing from your phone and whatnot. It says Wagoneer here on the airbag cover. Nice stitching, beautiful leather here. So Jeep does pay attention to quality and stuff. Over here's your headlight control, electronic parking brake, your illumination switch, and this does have adjustable pedals, which is really nice. That wood and aluminum trim is continued onto the dashboard here. There's also 3-level heated and cooled seats here. It does have 2 levels for the from the upper part of your back to the lower part of your back, which is really nice. The cool seats blow very cold air. There's a heated steering wheel function. It's going to be 3-level. I definitely don't need that today because it's like, what, 80-something degrees outside today. The Uconnect 5 system is a beautiful screen here, as you guys can see. I love the way the screen looks. I actually love the Uconnect 5 system. It's a really snappy system here. Going here to search, you can look up different things like gas station, your Starbucks and whatnot, and it will pop up once it's searching and whatnot. The Uconnect 5 system, once again, one of the best systems in the actual business here. Very good graphics, very responsive. Pairing up my iPhone 14 Pro Max, the system did not lag. It paired up very quick. Going into vehicle information, it will show you different things about the vehicle from your mirror dimmer, from the second row headrest fold, 3rd row headrest fold. You can also turn on the passenger screen, which you can't see it from here. If you guys are looking to look at a more in-depth review, check out the description box below on the passenger screen. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. But looking at the rear view camera, it does show a good view, dash trajectory with distance markers and whatnot. Over here is going to be for dual climate control. You can circulate the air how you would like, adjust the fan speed. And this is also a real metal shifter. To go into reverse, to switch it over to the right here, as you guys see, it does show you a backup camera, of course, like I showed you. Switch it again to go into neutral, to go into drive, to switch it all the way to the far right, and to go into park, switch it back to the far left. This does house the 8-speed automatic transmission. Over here is for your automatic start stop, lane keeping assist, traction control. There's your hazard button here, parking sensors, tow haul mode, and you can also turn on and off the passenger screen via this button here. There's your drive mode selector, which shows you auto, snow, sand, and mud, and there is a sport mode here. It does show a nice little graphic of the Wagoneer in the actual center display here. 2 cup holders. That wood trim is continued to the center console here. Pull this back. It's also lined with felt with 2 USB charging ports. Nicely padded area here, nice stitching. Open this up. It does reveal a very deep center console. It's also lined with felt. My camera equipment and a book is in there, or the owner's manual is in there. It does offer tons of space and stuff. You guys can close this off to give it more of a clean look here in the center console. I like that Jeep does offer this knob here instead of an actual shifter and whatnot. It doesn't take up a lot of real estate here in the center console area. Open this up. It does reveal my iPhone 14 Pro Max. It's lined with felt in here as well. It does offer a large storage in there as well. More of that wood is continued to the actual dashboard here. Above it's going to be full LED lights, and there's this large panoramic sunroof here to let light and air into the cabin once you open it up. There are 3 car garage remote controls here on the actual sun visor. That's your SOS button. Assist button is there as well. You can also open up the sunroof, close the shade via this control here. And there's this little mirror here to spy on your rear passengers just in case they're doing something they're not supposed to. The seats, very supportive seats. I like the large headrest here, very supportive as well. Nice stitching seats. Looking at the glove compartment, It does offer a good amount of storage in there. The owner's manual is right there. It's also lined with felt. Overall, the interior of the Wagoneer does not disappoint. It's just like the bigger version of it, which is a Grand Wagoneer, but it does offer a decent sized screen in this vehicle. But keep in mind, you guys can go for the Grand Wagoneer if you're looking to have more screen real estate in your vehicle. Looking at the interior space here of the Wagoneer, this does have best-in-class second and third row legroom space, with this vehicle having an overall length of 214.7. So it is bigger by 4 to 5 inches compared to the other competitors in this segment. Looking here at the door panel materials here, going to be the nice same carried over materials from the front. I love this nice wood trim here with this aluminum accented door handle, the nice texture here to the speaker cover. It's going to be leather padded here with nice stitching. The switchgear feels very high quality. And this also has the Alpine sound system with this nice speaker cover here with the aluminum trim for the outer portion. It also has large storage and cup holder space here. You can also recline the seat via this handle here. And to get into the third row, just press this button up here. As you guys can see, my model can sit up to 8 people in comfort. It does not have the actual captain's chairs, but it is nice that Jeep does give you these running boards here with this grab handle to get into this large SUV here. As you guys can see here, Jeep says this has 42.7 inches of legroom space. Let me shut the door. I wish my model did have the manual sunshades. Above me is going to be full LED lights for the interior with this grab handle there. And there's this beautiful view out of this large panoramic sunroof here. More of that wood trim is continued to the center console here. You also have your own set of climate controls. There's a household outlet here, USB charging ports with a 12 volt. The floor back here is somewhat flat, so you can fit 3 people across in comfort. Pulling this armrest down, it does reveal 2 cup holders, and there is 2 storage pockets back here for the rear passengers to put some items in. But let's hop into the third row of the Wagoneer here. Let me get out of this large SUV. Press this button up here. The seat will tilt forward. Just push it out of its way. And as you guys can see, tons of space to get into this large third row here. But getting back here, I'm going to shut the door behind me. The door sounds really solid here. As you guys can see, this is the seat not at its farthest setting here, but as you guys can see, just for reference, it does offer tons of space. I do have plenty of foot space underneath the second row, but I can access passenger here to slide the seat forward just a little bit more. Jeep says this has 36.6 inches of rear legroom space. So like I mentioned, this vehicle does have best-in-class second and third row legroom space. And above me, there's this sunroof here for the third row passengers. No other competitor does give you this besides the BMW X7. But keep in mind, this vehicle does compete against the Ford Expedition, the Chevrolet Tahoe, GMC Yukon, and the Toyota Sequoia. So none of those other vehicles in this segment gives you this third row sunroof. There's also some rear air vents here, charging ports, cup holder, and some space here. Very large window here. So just in case you guys get car sick, you can look out the window. There's also this coat hanger up here with full LED lights throughout the cabin, like I mentioned. But overall, the second and third row is one of the best in the actual segment. Let's talk about the powertrain specs here for the Wagoneer. Let's open up the hood here and let's take a look at this beautiful 5.7 liter V8 engine. This engine produces 392 horsepower and 404 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. As this vehicle sits here, it weighs in around 6,100 pounds. Jeep says this vehicle can tow 7,100 pounds, so it is very capable in this segment. Making our way over here to the fuel door, let's talk about fuel economy here for the Wagoneer. Open up the fuel door. Jeep says this is rated to get 15 in the city, 20 on the highway, and 17 combined. So I'm behind the wheel of the Wagoneer. This competes against the Chevrolet Tahoe, the GMC Yukon, the Ford Expedition. So it's in a very competitive 3-row body-on-frame segment. This rides on the same platform as the Ram 1500. You can go for an L version, which is the longer extended wheelbase version. That's going to offer tons of more space for the rear passengers and also cargo space. So if you guys truly need the more cargo room and whatnot, I would just say go for the L, but keep in mind the L is going to be much longer compared to this. This vehicle does have has an overall length of 214.7, so it is still one of the largest 3-row SUVs in this segment here. This has the 5.7 liter V8 engine making 394 horsepower and 404 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed auto. I have it in sport mode here. That V8 is silky smooth. It's silky smooth, guys. 8-speed automatic is paired very well with this V8 powertrain here. The other competitors offer a turbocharged option. Jeep does also. I haven't driven the new Hurricane powertrain as of this filming. Hopefully, fingers crossed, once the dealership gets some in stock, I will be bringing you guys a review on that. But the other competitors still offer V8, so Jeep is not the only one still in the segment. Ford has dropped their V8s. They go with the twin turbo V6. So did Toyota. They have dropped the V8 in the Sequoia. So Chevrolet offers a turbo diesel and also the V8 as well. But let's talk about visibility here. Great visibility out of this vehicle. Very large side mirrors. You will not lose a car with these large mirrors here. This does have blind spot monitoring, forward collision warning, lane keeping assist, emergency braking, all the nice driver's assistance tech. Jeep does give it to you. Seat comfort in this vehicle, very plush and very comfortable seats. It does offer three-level heated and cool seat function, which is nice if you guys are looking to be cold on a hot day or hot on a cold day and whatnot. So it's nice that Jeep does give you this. This is the way that I would configure my Wagoneer to be, especially with the luxury white exterior paint with this black interior here. I love the large panoramic sunroof above me. It does let light and air into this cabin. And I want to say is this powertrain is silky smooth. It does have that V8 grunt from it, but it is nice how quiet it is, in a sense, if you guys are just trying to creep around, you know, through your neighborhood and whatnot. But if you want to mash the accelerator, you can kind of hear the V8 rumble. But nothing sounds better than the V8. I don't care what they say about the V6s, but let's do another acceleration run here just because we can. It's still in sport mode. Let's come to a stop here. This thing loves to make that good rumble sound. Going around this corner here, it does have some body weight, guys. This vehicle is massive. It weighs around at 6,100 pounds. So she ain't light, but she does move very quick on her feet with that V8 powertrain. Like I mentioned, I haven't driven the Hurricane powertrain that Jeep throws in the Wagoneers now, or Grand Wagoneers. I haven't tested that as of this filming. But visibility out of this vehicle, once again, is really good. And me personally, it doesn't feel like I'm driving something big around, if I'm being honest. Even on these 22-inch rims here, just like every other competitor in this segment, it rides on 22-inch wheels. But the ride quality is buttery smooth for this, not to have air suspension. So Jeep, bravo on the ride quality here is really good. Even for this vehicle not to have adaptive air suspension. I like the way that this vehicle rides and drive. Let's talk about fuel economy real quick. This is a V8, it's a 5.7 liter engine. It's ready to get 15 in the city, 20 on the highway, and 17 combined. That's just like every other competitor in this segment, excluding the diesel option from the GM twins. If you guys are looking to get better fuel economy, I would recommend looking at those other competitors, because Jeep does not offer a diesel in this segment. They have dropped the diesel from Stellantis in general because they're going to favor electrification, which that's the way the industry is going nowadays. The tech-wise, this vehicle does offer good tech. Passenger screen, you also have this display here which runs the Uconnect 5 system. It's very snappy, very responsive. But overall, if you guys are looking for something different to put in your driveway, you don't want the GM twins, which consist of the Chevrolet Tahoe, the GMC Yukon, or you don't want the Ford Expedition or the new Sequoia, which I haven't tested as of this filming, I would say put the Wagoneer at the top of your list. After spending time with the 2022 Jeep Wagoneer Series 2 with 4x4, this vehicle does offer a very smooth ride quality for it to not have air suspension. So Jeep got the ride control just right. The interior is very well laid out. I love the large screens in this vehicle, cabinet space for the second and third row passengers. You also get tons of cargo space so you guys can put your family and friends things and go on a long road trip. That V8 is very potent. I like the sound that it offers, great acceleration. The 8-speed automatic transmission is a good transmission paired with that V8 powertrain. With that being said, this is the way I would configure my Wagoneer to be if I was looking to purchase one. With that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed my full review on the 2022 Wagoneer Series 2 with 4x4. Be sure to check me out on Instagram at DriveOnReviews. Hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, and I will see you all in the next video.